Okay. I'm just getting on here about a minute before so that people can find this on the page and we can get started. We got a full demo. I've got an ambitious two recipes to do, so I want to get started. Yeah, if you're here, I don't see anybody yet. When you arrive, please let me know. I would love to know who's here. And while people are coming, I'll just do my little plug. I'm going to turn on this quick cooker onto sear, so it's getting warmed up for us. So I'm going to do that now. So that's going to warm up for us. And so we're making quick cooker red lentil and coconut soup. This is a Pampered Chef recipe that I have Ursula'd. I've done some messing about to just make it just even a little bit better. So hi Jim, yay! My Uncle Jim's here, Lisa's here, woot woot. It's my signature, although lots of people say this, woot woot. So we're making quick cooker red lentil soup with coconut milk and garnished with cilantro and spinach and then I'm gonna make stovetop rockcrok apple crisp. So these are both like faster versions of slower items, like lentil soup, couple hours, apple crisp, at least an hour. And I'm going to try to reduce those cooking times with some of these Pampered Chef items. So I'm going to get started because I just don't want this to be an hour. I want to keep you guys pumping with lots of action. So I've got this quick cooker. Oh, I gotta just release. There we go. I got this quick cooker on sear, and I'm gonna put some coconut oil. I posted the recipes to the page. Feel free to comment. I'm just putting about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. I'm gonna let that melt in there. You can use olive oil, you can use grapeseed oil, you can use veggie oil, oil, you know? So I'm letting that melt, and this is my little fry pan first. So when it comes to like a roast or something, you can sear first, and you get that caramelization, and then pressure cook after, which is pretty cool. Louise is here! Woo! Yay, Louise! I got a little following. I think Louise came to my live launch party too. So did Jim. So I'm so flattered, you guys. Okay, so this is pretty hot. Now I'm going to add my aromatics. So I've got some carrot, celery, ginger in here. Throwing those in. We've got a nice sizzle going on. That's exciting. Then I've got in here my manual food processor. I'm just going to tip this down a little bit so you can kind of see. Got my manual food processor, got my my garlic and onion is already kind of chopped. This is how this bad boy works. And you can get that as fine as you like. And that's pretty nice and fine in there. You can kind of see. Throwing that in. Yay! I'm just going to cook this for about a couple minutes. Just till that onion is looking a little more translucent. And then I'm going to add the rest of the stuff, and I'm going to start it up, and 10 minutes later we're going to have lentil soup. Can you believe it? I can't quite. I've never made this before. Both of these recipes, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants, and I'm doing them in the moment because I think they're going to work. I believe in this stuff already. I've used this quick cooker a bunch of times, and the rockcrok everyday pan, and I quite like them. So there we go. It's already looking pretty close. So I'm just going to let you guys take a look. I'm going to lift you up here. There's the bird's eye camera. This is really high-tech camera work going on here, where I lift my laptop all around my kitchen. I have a cardboard box that I'm going to rest it on so you can see me make the apple crisp. So it's really high-tech up in here, I'm very proud to say. All right, so this is looking pretty good. You're just trying to get it started. Next, I'm going to add 3 cups of veggie stock. This is a vegan recipe, guys. So you vegans out there, I may have a couple. I got a few friends who are vegans and vegetarians. This is totally vegetarian and vegan. So, got my stock in there. My lentils, I've rinsed and I'm throwing them in there. A cup of red lentils. You can really make it with any kind of lentils. You could do mung beans too. I think green lentils are going to take maybe a couple more minutes than 10, but maybe 12 or 14. Really not that much. So I got that in there, and then I'm also adding my spices. Teaspoon of turmeric. Of course, I'm being very liberal and estimating, and a teaspoon of cumin, and half a teaspoon of salt or pepper, and a half a teaspoon of salt, and a couple bay leaves. It says 1, but that's not enough. Right? Give that a little stir just so everything's all incorporated and I don't have any spices kind of floating on the top. And I'm just going to make sure that I haven't missed anything. I don't think so. So I'm going to put the lid on and we're going to get it started. Okay, so it's locked now. It was that easy. And then I'm just going to turn this to cancel, and I'm just going to turn this to the soup stock setting, and then I'm going to reduce the time to, oops, technical difficulties here. That's okay, folks. All right, 10 minutes and we're a go, so that's pretty exciting. The coconut milk is going to be added after, Louise. That was just the suggestion from the Pampered Chef recipe, and I think it's so that it doesn't separate. Like maybe if it's in the pressure cooker it gets a little curdly. I'm not totally sure, but it's going to be finished with the coconut milk. Good question. Yes, I did not cook the lentils before. No, I just rinsed them. It's kind of surprising, but that is apparently going to be enough, and 10 minutes they're going to be cooked, which kind of blows my mind a little bit. So I'm just setting that kitchen timer so that, because I'm going to be pulling this out before the normal soup 30-minute setting, so I just want to make sure I'm on that. So that's the first stage of the quick cooker lentil soup, and then we'll finish it after we've done our rockcrok apple crisp. So let's go over to the stove. Now, I'm just gonna angle this. This is very experimental, the way that I'm doing this, but I just wanted you to be able to see. So this is the everyday pan, the rockcrok everyday pan. It is a ceramic pot with a glass lid. Ooh, that's hot from the broiler being on there, but a glass lid. So this part is broiler, barbecue, stove top, safe, and it's ceramic, which is sort of hard to wrap my head around, but it's exciting. And when I got this, I was like, oh yeah, it's a casserole dish. No, this is not just a casserole dish. This is a casserole dish that goes anywhere. So we can have things like apple crisp really fast. So I'm just gonna light the gas under this. And what I'm doing, I got some butter in here, and I'm melting the butter, and I'm gonna add my apples. So I've got about 6 cups of apples. I've got my apple slicer. This is a great Pampered Chef tool. If you eat a lot of apples, if you make applesauce or apple pie or apple crisp, a lot of those things, if you need to do a bunch of apples or a couple apples and you just want it to be quick, you've got this bad boy. It's pretty handy. So all I do is I've got my apple peeled already, and I just push her down, give it a little wiggle, and boom, my apple slices are all, and it's cored and sliced at the same time. So that's pretty handy. Put that over here. Okay, so I'm waiting for my rockcrok to warm up. while I'm doing that, if there's anything that you're seeing that you're pretty excited about, but you look on the website and you're like, ooh, that's a bit expensive, have a party. Honestly, most of my hosts right now are able to get a couple $100 at least in free products. Some of them as much as $500. I had one the other day that had $500 in free products. So that's a shopping spree. And she got a whole bunch of you get also 50% off items. So if there's lots of things that you want to get, or there's one big item, have a show. Everybody buys a little bit, and at the end of it, you get to have a shopping spree, and you can thank all your friends, and it's kind of the way to go. So the other thing that I will just also say while this rockcrok pan heats up, I've got this on kind of medium high. The other thing I'll say is May is the month. If you want to sell this stuff, if you like to cook, or you just like food, and you need some extra money, your day job's not quite going the way you want it to, perhaps something has happened to your day job because, of course, we're in a pandemic and that's a lot of people's reality. This is really fun, and everybody is making money. Everybody who's involved in Beverage Hub is making money right now. And in May, you can get a free kit, a free consultants kit. You buy the kit. I got the smallest one. It's $139. And then once you sell a certain threshold of sales, I think it's $800 in 3 months or something like that. They pay you back. So it's free in the month of May. So if you want to work with me, if you're watching these videos and you're like, she's having a lot of fun over there, maybe I could do that, message me. Like, honestly, I'll just be honest with you. I will just answer any questions that you have. I'm going to sell it to you straight. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not really a salesperson. I just really get excited about cooking and cookware. So anyways, there we are. I've melted my butter and I'm adding these apples in here. And so all I'm doing, I can hear the quick cooker is heating up over here. I'm just going to go over here. And that quick cooker is going away. It's working hard. So that's kind of exciting. So my apples are on a medium high. You can't use the rockcrok like a wok. Like, it can't handle the super high heat, but as long as there's a full pot of things so that the heat is all even, it should be fine. So I'm just letting these simmer and sizzle a little bit. I'm just going to turn it up a little bit more. And so the butter is just coating those apples, and I just want to get them to the point where they're tender. And I'm going to put in about a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and a little splash of vanilla. I think I put 1/2 teaspoon. And I'm going to put some water. 4 tablespoons. I'm going to put some cardamom. Any kind of warm spices are great in crisp. So cloves, ginger, cinnamon. I'm putting cinnamon now. I'm pretty, when I can just be approximate with my spices, it's kind of how I roll. So I'm going to, now that the water's in there, I know it can handle a little more heat. I'm going to turn that up, and that's looking very nice and saucy. My apples. I just want to get those bubbling. Make sure that my spices are covering everywhere. There we go. Awesome. So that's going to bubble away for a few minutes, and then I'm going to put, oh, my husband's just heading out. He's going to Trading Post Brewery, and he's picking us up some post-demo beer. So that will be kind of nice, I think. So once those bubble a little bit and the apples are going to get tender, I'm going to be putting my topping on. And in my topping, the recipe's on the page, but I've got oatmeal. A lot of people are familiar with this kind of a crumble topping. Oatmeal, whole wheat flour or whole grain flour, kind of like the extra fiber in there, you know, wherever you can sneak it in. You can use white flour. I got brown sugar. I got some spices, some warm spices, ginger and cinnamon. I think I chose some salt and some butter. And they're all just crumbled up, mixed up and crumbled into a really nice, tasty, comforting topping. I love apple crisp, and we're gonna serve this up. You can serve, well, we're gonna have this later. I regret that you're not here to have it with me. I wish that you were. We're gonna have this later with some ice cream on top. I like yogurt. I have yogurt on top of mine. And my daughter Joelle's gonna have it with ice cream. I'm pretty sure she's gonna want that. So that'll be good. All right, I'm gonna give this a little stir. I'll just angle that back down. Looks like the soup is gonna be ready in 2 more minutes. Can you believe that? I can't quite believe it. So we will believe it when we see it. All right, these apples are coming along. They are going to take a bit, right? This everyday pan takes the cook time down from like an hour for apple crisp to like 20 minutes. I mean, you got a little prep time, but probably even including the prep time, it's like half an hour, so it's like half the time. So I think that's pretty exciting. I made a beautiful casserole in this rockcrok pan, and I did it stovetop. So I boiled my pasta, I made my sauce, I sauteed the veggies and the meat in the rockcrok pan. I added the sauce and the macaroni, and then put cheese on top. So, and it was bubbling away on the stovetop, and the cheese on top is starting to melt. Beautiful. And so it was almost done, and then I just had to throw it in the oven for like 5 more minutes for the cheese to brown. So again, stovetop casserole in like, you know, less, like about half the time, because you've got that stovetop heat, that fast heat is going to get things rolling way faster. 1 more minute, and then we get to, the fire alarm is going off because there's so much activity in this kitchen. Just a second, I'm just going to turn that off. Fire! Okay, that was exciting. I can disengage that before the fire department shows up, although maybe that'd be okay. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to misuse their resources. So these apples are starting to look tender, so this is cool. All right, so I'm going to leave that for, needs a couple more minutes, and I'm going to bring us over to the soup again, because we're going to finish the soup already. Hard to believe. Okay, so actually, you know what? It does need a couple more minutes, but in the meantime, I'm going to prep all the other things that are going to go in there. Louise mentioned the coconut milk, so I'm going to open that. I'm having some lime, some spinach. I'm going to finish it with cilantro because I love cilantro, just on top on each serving. So the coconut milk, you can use any kind. You can use light if you're watching the calories. We're kind of all for the full fat items are up in here, but you know, to each their own. I feel like coconut fat is good fat. So this is the smooth edged can opener, a really popular Pampered Chef item, because once I open my can, let's tip this so you can see, this is smooth and this is smooth, and that means nobody gets cut. So it's pretty cool. It's a cool item. It just cuts it right along that thick rim, and then the finished can is just smooth. So that's cool. So I got that ready. I'm going to cut my lime over here, out of your view, hiding on you here. Whoops! I'm just going to use this. This had water in it. That's exciting. I'm just going to mop that up before I get in trouble from the husband, because he's the one who actually mops the floors around here. Don't tell anybody! So I get in trouble when I make a mess. Okay. So I got my lime. I'm just juicing my lime. I just have a reamer, which is not a Pampered Chef item, but I like it. I just go like that. This thing is great for mojitos or what are those called? With the ginger beer and the lime. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Anna. This is exciting. Got a little crowd. Okay, so we got the juice of one lime. All right, so our soup has been going, it's actually been going for 6 minutes. It must have been preheating. One of the things that you may notice, if this is something that you decide to have in your life, it does have a preheat time. So when it says soup in 10 minutes, there's also a 10-minute preheat time. So actually it's more like 20, but still pretty good. I don't know if anybody's got any questions. One of the other things that I might show you, because we have 3 more minutes for the soup to be done, is this cooking blender. And you might have noticed that earlier today I was posting pictures about jam and also oat milk. So this is my sister's. She got it at her show, and she lent it to me so I could do some demos and just play with it. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to not get one for myself, because now I can make jam in a blender and it can wash itself afterwards. So that's kind of wild for me. So I did make some jam. It does a 3-cup serving at a time. So I'm pretty excited. And then the oat milk, if you like any kind of alternative milk, those apples are going away there, which is perfect. If you like rice milk, nut milks, anything like that, it can make those at a fraction of the cost of buying it at the store. So I made a liter of oat milk for the cost of half a cup of oats this morning. So what is that? 20 cents? 10 cents? Maybe 20 cents for organic and 10 cents for the regular. Like, it's nothing compared to, $2.99 for a liter. And it's got a bunch of carrageenan and weird other stuff in it. Okay, so let's finish up our apple. These apples are looking beautiful and sauté-y. If you have a little extra time, you could give them a little more. I am going to just kind of arrange them on the flat of the like as flat on the pan as I can. Okay, I'm gonna let those go 1 more minute. Just turn it down a bit. We're gonna go back over here. We're sort of going back and forth. I got an email, and so this made my screen split. So I'm just gonna close that out so that that's not going on there. Okay, so back to the soup. And this stuff is, okay, so we are ready to open the quick cooker, which is exciting. Woo! So I'm just gonna go cancel, because I haven't done the regular 30 minutes. Well, I guess most soups, the standard setting is 30 minutes, but this is a quick soup. So, and then I'm gonna press the manual release. Now, you can either leave it for 10 minutes, it will automatically do that, or because you're like me and you're impatient, you're gonna press the manual release, and that's gonna happen. So you have to be careful that your hand is nowhere near that button at the back where all the pressure is gonna release. And once that's just, come down a little bit, then we're gonna open the top and we're gonna add the remaining ingredients, and then we're gonna taste it. Hi, Diane. This is so exciting. We got a crowd going on in here. How's everybody's Friday? We made it to Friday. I actually cheated. I took yesterday and today off. My work life has been a little intense lately. So I was like, it was my sister's birthday yesterday, and I wanted to make her cupcakes and run around and do some things. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to take some vacay days and just have a little, and my husband's been home, so we've sort of just we're in the middle of a little mini May long weekend holiday, which is pretty cool. Almost done on the steam. It's just coming down. I wonder what, oh, there's Shannon. Hey, Shannon. We're just finishing up the soup for those that have just joined. I'm just releasing the steam. We're already almost done the soup, which kind of blows your mind. I mean, we've been going for 20 minutes and we're about to eat the soup. So, okay, so I think I'm gonna open this now. No, I'm gonna press that. I'm gonna give it one more minute. That's a lot of, oops, that's a lot of steam in there. Exciting. All right, I'm gonna give that another minute. That's got a lot of heat. We're gonna go back over here because we're going back and forth. Oh yeah, this is ready now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna show you. I've got my rockcrok pan. It's a ceramic pan that is on the stovetop. It can go on the broiler, it can go on the barbecue. This thing can go anywhere. You just have to make sure that you have an even amount of food all over the bottom, because if you have spots that have no food, then it can crack because it gets too hot. But as long as there's food all over just like that, it can sizzle away, and it's ceramic. So that's kind of wild. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sprinkle this topping. I'm making a stovetop apple crisp, which just cuts the cook time. So, you know, my family loves apple crisp, but if we do it on a weekday, like it takes an hour. So I have to like make it before I make dinner, which usually isn't possible, and then have it in the oven so that it's ready before my daughter wants to go to bed. So this is just gonna take the cook time down significantly. I'm just spreading that all over, and I'm just gonna let it bubble for another couple of minutes, just so that topping can kind of warm up and the flour can kind of cook a little bit. That raw flour flavor is kind of, you know, so we don't want that. So I'm just gonna let that warm on the stovetop, and then I'm gonna throw it in the broiler. So I'm gonna turn this down on low, and we're gonna go back over to the soup because this is just back and forth. That's just the name of the game with my ambitious plan of 2 recipes and 1 demo. So we're gonna go back over here, and I'm just gonna press that one more time, and I'm gonna see if it lets me open it. I think it will. It's like protecting me from being burned by not opening it too soon, but I'm like feeling impatient. Why won't you let me open you? There we go. There we go. Almost there. He's almost chill. Who else is here? Just gonna scroll down. Kira! Hi, Kira! Nice to see you. I hope Wynn's watching too. I got 2 family members that I know of who are watching, so that's neat. Missing all my family terribly. We would have been having a wedding this summer, and that's not happening, and so, you know, there's some sadness. So this is a nice way to do a one-way. So all you family members are going to have to make a live video so I can see you in action in your kitchens too, please. Okay, there we go. It's letting me open it now. Ooh. Oh my gosh. The heat. Oh yeah, that's looking amazing. Oh yeah. Wow. Those lentils are totally cooked. This is kind of defies logic that in 10 minutes, maybe 12, you know, with the preheat, or whatever, 15 with the preheat time, that we could be having lentil soup. So I'm adding the coconut milk, a can, and I'm adding my lime juice. These things over here. And I'm adding, there's 5 cups of spinach. I'm just gonna add a couple giant handfuls. Spinach is optional. It's really good for you, so your mom would approve. There we go. And I'm just gonna stir this until the spinach is limp. And that would be it. This dish is so hot already that this spinach is gonna cook down in no time. So while that is getting limp, while that spinach is getting limp, I'm gonna go back over to the stove, back and forth, back and forth. Now, this is looking amazing right now. It's super bubbly. I don't know if you can hear it bubbling away. I know the apples are getting nice and tender, which is just what you want in an apple crisp. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to get my oven mitts. Got my oven gloves that Sharon and Gary gave me Christmas last year, so keep my hands safe. And I've set this all up, and it's ready to go. Oh yeah, that's hot. Going under the broiler. And I have learned, set the timer when you put something under the broiler. Don't leave it. So I'm going to give it 3 minutes. Because that broiler, oops, that's 3 hours. That's too long. Start, woo, hot. 3 minutes. Because that broiler is stinking hot, and it's not going to take long for that crisp to get crispy and dark, and I don't want it to burn. It's really easy with a broiler. Don't walk away. If you're a multitasker, you can't multitask when you're broiling. I have learned. I have to stay by the stove and do nothing else but watch my item, which gets a little boring for me because I'm a busy person and I like doing lots of things not so well all at the same time. So, but this is one thing that you just can't multitask about. So, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Oh yeah, it's looking good. It's getting dark. Anybody have any questions? Is there anybody on here that doesn't know me? I wonder if there is. I'm shout out to everybody. I really appreciate people watching. Online business is all about traffic through your channel, so or your business page. So I've got a YouTube channel. It's called Come Cook with Me with Ursula and Pampered Chef. Come Cook with Ursula and Pampered Chef. So all these videos are making their way up there. I think I've got about a half dozen. I think I've got 8 videos so far. This one's going to go up there. So check them out, like them, subscribe so that you get little notifications when I add new videos. I mean, you're kind of finding out this way already via my page, but if you just want to do all the things, trying to have a presence on Instagram, haven't done Twitter yet, never gotten into the Twitter world, so I don't know if I'm going to go there, but who knows, maybe I will. Yeah, but this new social media adventure is kind of crazy for me. Getting older over here, and those ways, Twitter and Instagram, you know, Snapchat, are kind of crazy. Oh, it's getting dark. Woo! Let's look at that. I started talking, and it almost got away on me. See? Multitask. So, look at that. Looking lovely. Woo! And we've been at this for 30 minutes, and I started at 10 minutes in, maybe 5. So it's been like 25 minutes, which is pretty crazy. That's like half the time. Let's go back over to the soup. And I'm just gonna, if I'm missing something, you guys are gonna let me know. Oh yeah, the soup is looking beautiful and creamy. It says serve 6. If you were doing this for an appetizer for like a party, I think maybe even a few more. So we are going to dish this up. Ooh. Lovely. And I'm going to garnish it with some cilantro. And, oh yeah, ginger, lime, turmeric, cumin, coconut, lentils, protein, healthy fats. That's a win. That's a win-win-win. This is reminding me that I need to turn that off. I'm gonna taste this. I wish you were here to taste it with me so we could feast. So when the pandemic is over, let's get together and make some quick cooker soup. Oh yeah, oh that's good. Oh, there's nothing like coconut milk in a soup. And then should we taste the crisp? What do you think? Yeah? You want to taste the dessert? You want to have some? It's only It's only 4:30, but we can have dessert anytime, can't we? Oh, no, we can't. My daughter says no, we can't because it has sugar in it. So you heard it from her straight, folks. Okay. I know I'm all over the place here. Where am I doing? There's my spoon. Oh, yeah. That's hot. Oh, it's still bubbling on the bottom, so I'll just show you that. Ooh. Looking very lovely and dark. A nice caramelization on those apples. Get my hair out of my mouth. Oh, yeah. Apple crisp, just whenever I eat it, it just takes me home. So, thanks for watching. That's our demo. If you like what you see and you feel like doing this, message me. Let me tell you about this. I'm having a blast over here and I'm making money. Kind of surprised by that, actually. And if you have your eye on the everyday pan, the rockcrok, or the quick cooker, and you're sort of like, I don't have a lot of money right now, or the blender, it's a great reason to have a show and get it for free or severely discounted. So message me. I don't have any spots next week. I am full, although I might be convinced to add an extra show. My niece Hannah is having a show, and then I'm doing a fundraiser for my old chorus, Valley Echoes Chorus, and we're doing a fundraiser where 20% of the proceeds go to their chorus and arts in the community. So I'm just so appreciative of those lovely ladies for supporting me, and if you want to know how to support me, host a show. You don't have to spend a dime. It is possible to host a show, not spend a dime. I will help you do it. And have fun for a week on Facebook with your friends and share videos. We can do one of these. We can talk products. We can just have fun. It's fun. What do you got to lose? So have a lovely long weekend, everybody. I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to join me. Still can't quite believe that people want to do that, but hey, I'm appreciative. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, if you know what I mean. Have a lovely long weekend with whomever it is that you choose to spend it with, and cheers to you all. Take care. Good night.